Lovely to see all of your faces this morning. Thank you for showing up, which is the first principle of mindfulness practice. So it's a joy to be here with you. I've been here before and seen many of you, know some of you. Old friend of Surya Das's, go back a ways. Actually met him about a week after he sat his first 3-year course and got to know him over the years. He lives near us in the Boston area. I've developed a lovely friendship and practice together. We travel in, as I've said before, parallel paths. A little bit of my own training has been in the Vipassana tradition through the Insight Meditation Society, and also have been very involved with the practices of Neem Karoli Baba and his following, and many of the people that have experienced him directly. So my parallel paths, some yoga, some Vipassana, some Dochen, and a mixture. And I'll be reading some stuff and guiding mostly a morning of loving kindness meditation for us together. And beginning with that, our intention this morning for practice should be gratitude. Gratitude for all the blessings we have in our lives, and the intention of being together in Sangha and appreciating all the beauty and wonder of being together on this, at least here in Boston, beautiful summer morning. So I appreciate everybody showing up and coming together and being here together with me and with each other. I always like to start, and maybe some of the presenters here have indicated Surya's teachings of, you might have heard this before, and it's the same story. I have a wonderful teacher, Nisargadatta, who's an Indian saint, who has a wonderful book called I Am That, and it's question and answers. And the beauty of it is that the questions are very different. They're very different ideas and where people come from, but the answers are all the same. And that's what we practice here, the same answer for all the questions that arise in our minds. So I'd like to begin with a little reading from it's the introduction to Surya's book, Awakening the Buddha Within, which was his first presentation of his teachings and ideas into the Western world. This is an insight forward by Thich Nhat Hanh. It was written in 1997. I see awakening the Buddha within as a beautiful flower blooming on a beautiful tree that is wholeheartedly committed to true inquiry and practice. Lama Surya Das uses the appropriate language that can communicate the wisdom and experience of Buddhism to the people of his times and environments. To me, this is a great achievement, and I feel deeply grateful for it. I wish Lama Surya Das a great deal of happiness in living and sharing the Buddha Dhamma in the West. And I feel like we are all the recipients of that teaching and his wisdom, which brings us to here today. So as we begin, we'll just take a comfortable position, relaxed and at ease, a mind alert and attentive, and begin by showing up in the present moment, being here together, calming the mind, letting the mind come to rest and the body at ease, taking those deep breaths that allow us to breathe in the calm, breathe out the tension, the anxiety from wherever we've come from and wherever we believe or think we're going. Just finding that place in this very moment. Understanding that we're here together, practicing, being present in this very moment, nowhere to go and nothing to do. Just breathing in, knowing breathing in, breathing out, knowing breathing out. And finding in that place now mind, heart, quiet of presence, presencing. Being together in this moment. And again, using the breath as an anchor, or whatever your practice is, finding that place that brings joy and peace in the mind and the heart. and a mind at peace and a body at ease. And beginning our practice together. Sitting in the calmness of the present moment, breathing in and breathing out. And as we do so, finding ourselves calming the mind, the alertness of mind, and the practice of being present in the body at ease. Grounding ourselves in the body, taking a moment to scan, observing any sensations, feelings, thoughts, consciousness that arises, and being pure awareness of the ever arising and falling away of all conditioned things. I'd like to share with you some words from Mingyur Rinpoche that have touched me. Spoke about some of this last time we were together. And as we do in practice, whether the words connect or not, just letting them flow by, resonating if appropriate, or just practicing in the present moment. These are Mingyur's words. In parting, I'd like to give you one small piece of advice to keep in your heart. You may have heard me say this before, but it is the key point of the entire path. So it bears repeating. All that we are looking for in life, all the happiness, contentment, and peace of mind is right here in the present moment. Our very own awareness is itself fundamentally pure and good. The only problem is that we get so caught up in the ups and downs of life that we don't take the time to pause and notice what we already have. Don't forget to make space in your life to recognize the richness of your basic nature, to see the purity of your being and let its innate qualities of love, compassion, and wisdom naturally emerge. Nurture this recognition as you would a small seedling. Allow it to grow and to flourish. My answer is simple. Keep this teaching at the heart of your practice. Wherever you are and whatever you are doing, pause from time to time and relax your mind. You don't have to change anything about your experience. You can let thoughts and feelings come and go freely and leave your senses wide open. Make friends with your experience and see if you can notice the spacious awareness that is with you all the time. Everything you ever wanted is right here in this present moment of awareness. And as those words float into our awareness and our presencing in this very moment, just sitting. And again, noticing our awareness where it is, if mind is wandering. Just bring it back to the anchor of the breath, the body. Noticing the sitting of the body, its feet connected to the ground, and being grounded in that energy of just being in the present moment. Sitting and practicing together. And being in the presencing and the awareness of the arising and falling away sensations, feelings, emotions, thoughts, and consciousness itself. Feeling the joy and the contentment of a mind at rest. And a body at ease. Being together in this very moment of just sitting. Finding our way in the present moment of being together, practicing, and experiencing the directness of open awareness. And again, words from some of our elders that might inspire. A poem by Lama Gendun Rinpoche called Free and Easy, a spontaneous song. Again, allowing these words to just float, to capture your moment of awareness, attending to the present moment. Happiness cannot be found through great effort and willpower, but is already present in open relaxation and letting go. Don't strain yourself, there's nothing to do or undo. Whatever momentarily arises in the body-mind has no real importance at all, has little reality whatsoever. Why identify with and become attached to it, passing judgment upon it and ourselves, just letting go. Far better to simply let the entire game happen on its own, springing up and falling back like waves, without changing or manipulating anything, and notice how everything vanishes and reappears magically again and again, time without end. Only our searching for happiness prevents us from seeing it. It is like a vivid rainbow which you pursue without ever catching it Although peace and happiness do not exist as an actual thing or place, it is always available and accompanies you in every instant. Don't believe in the reality of good and bad experiences. They are like today's ephemeral weather, like rainbows in the sky. Wanting to grasp the ungraspable, you exhaust yourself in vain. As soon as you open and relax this tight fist of grasping, infinite space is there, open, inviting, and comfortable. Just let go. Make use of this spaciousness, this freedom, and natural ease. Don't search any further. Don't go into the tangled jungle looking for a great awakened elephant who is already resting quietly at home in front of your own hearth. Nothing to do or undo, nothing to force, nothing to want, and nothing missing. Imaho, marvelous. Everything happens by itself. And again, just attending to our mindfulness practice of liberation, being present, simply breathing in, out, and letting go. A mind at peace, a body at ease. And again, noticing the mind wandering, sensations arising, bringing the practice back to the present moment. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. And as we sit together, I'd like to offer some more words on liberation from a different tradition. And again, letting the words flow, connect, or not. As we sit together quietly, experiencing directly the nature of our own being and the process of presencing in this very moment. These words come from an ancient spiritual tradition referred to as Ashtavakra Gita. They have great purity and power, pure because it is relentlessly one-pointed. Every word is aimed at triggering self-realization. No suggestions for self-improvement, no guidelines for moral behavior, no practical wisdom for daily life. Powerful because reading of it can enough to send the right mind reeling into truth, which is our practice here together. The liberation of heart and mind, body, spirit, and letting go. The student asks the master, how is knowledge to be achieved, detachment acquired, and liberation attained? Yasasha said, to be free, shun the experience of the senses like poison. Turn your attention to forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, simplicity, truth. You are not earth, water, fire, or air, nor are you empty space. Liberation is to know yourself. Knowing yourself as awareness alone, the witness of these. Abide in awareness with no illusion of person. You will be instantly free and at peace. Right and wrong, pleasure and pain exist in mind only. They are not your concern. You neither do nor enjoy. You are free. The thought, I am the doer, is the bite of a poisonous snake. To know I do nothing is the wisdom of faith. Be happy. A single understanding, I am the one awareness, consumes all suffering in the fire of an instant. Be happy. And again, just recognizing our awareness and where it is, and being present in this very moment. Noticing pleasant, unpleasant, arising sensations, feelings, emotions, consciousness, and awareness itself. As we find ourselves sitting in the present moment, and as we shift our attention from the practice of present moment, I'd like to share with you words on loving kindness as we move into the practice of sharing together that capacity of all of us to find loving kindness in ourselves and to offer that to others, and to practice together in appreciation for ourselves, a love for ourselves, and appreciation for each other. Some reflections by Lama Surya Das, on the mantra meditation Om Mani Padme Hum. Enter into the sacred dimension of the sound of loving kindness. You only need to stop for a moment. Right now, take a break, take a breath. Visualize the most genuinely exalted, loving image of unconditional love and compassion you can imagine. Might be the Buddha, Padmasambhava, Tara, Jesus, Mary, a personal saint or archangel, or your own spiritual teacher or guide. Cultivate thoughts of gratitude, devotion, trust, faith, and appreciation. And as we will do, not only for those, but for ourselves. And with that thought or image in your mind, chant Om Mani Padme Hum softly. Use this mantra of love and compassion to soften, to ease, and to gentle your mind, energy, and spirit. Use it to dissolve any hardness or constriction around your heart, to warm up and loosen your gut. Chant it again and again, awakening to the presence of that exalted being, that sacred reality or spiritual dimension. Sense where you are, what you are, and who you are and can be. Let everything dissolve into the purring stream, the song, repetitive sound of the great compassion mantra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. And as we continue to practice together, I'd like to offer the practice of loving kindness as taught in all the Buddha's teachings. And I'd like to begin with the reading of the Discourse on Loving Kindness from the Buddha's words himself. And then we will go to practice together. This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and knows the path of peace. But to be able and upright, straightforward and gentle in speech, humble and not conceited. Contented and easily satisfied, unburdened with duties, frugal in their ways, peaceful and calm, wise and skillful, not proud and demanding in nature. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove, wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none, the great or the mighty, medium, short or small, the seen, the unseen, those living near and far away, those born and to be born, may all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. Even as a mother protects her life with her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings. Radiating kindness over the entire world, spreading upwards to the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will. Whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, one should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense of desires, is not born again into this world. And again, breathing into the present moment as we take on the practice of loving kindness. And I'd like to share with you, there are very few times that Buddha speaks about specific benefits from different practices. But in the case of loving kindness, he offers these words. If, O bhikkhus, the liberation of the mind through loving kindness is practiced, developed, made much of, made one's vehicle and foundation, firmly established, consolidated, and thoroughly undertaken, 11 benefits are to be expected. One sleeps in comfort. One wakes in comfort. One has no bad dreams. One is dear to human beings. One is there to non-human beings, and one is protected by deities. One is not harmed by fire, poison, and weaponry. One can concentrate easily. One's facial complexion is calm and serene. One dies unconfused. If one does not attain anything higher, one will be reborn in the Brahma world after death. And now taking on and directly experiencing the practice of loving kindness. Let us use these words to instruct our intention and our practice in the capacity of the mind and heart in the practice of loving kindness. The Buddha said you can look far and wide and there is no one more deserving of your forgiveness than yourself. And we begin with ourself, bringing that to mind and our heart and opening our heart to all we are. May I forgive myself if I have caused any ill will or harm for any other beings. May I forgive others if they have caused any ill will or harm towards me. And finally, may I forgive myself if I have had any ill will toward myself or harm toward myself. And settling in a breath in the heart space. Again, mind, the heart at ease, resting, body at rest and at ease. And breathing in and breathing out. Begin by focusing our loving kindness on ourselves and using phrases that might resonate with yourself or listening to the ones I offer. Choose what is most comfortable in this practice of loving kindness. May I be well and strong. May I be joyful and happy, free from physical and mental harm, and may I live life at ease. And as we do with many Buddhist practice, we repeat each of these blessings and instructions 3 times. So for the second time, we continue settling the breath in the heart space, focusing on our loving kindness toward ourselves. May I be well and strong. May I be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may I live life at ease. For a third and final time, focusing our loving kindness toward ourselves. May I be well and strong. May I be joyful and happy, freed from mental and physical harm, and may I live life at ease. Now moving on and expanding our heart and mind to include a dearest loved one, partner, someone close to you, traveled the path, and bringing them to mind and holding them in our heart and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy. May you be free from mental and physical harm. And may you live life at ease. And for a second time, holding that person in our heart, a dear one, loved one, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy. May you be free from mental and physical harm. And may you live life at ease. For a third and final time, holding this person, a dear loved one, in our heart, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong. May be joyful and happy. May be free from mental and physical harm. And may you live life at ease. And as we practice this opening of the heart, bring to mind a mentor or benefactor, someone who has inspired you on your journey, who has offered guidance and inspiration. And holding them in the heart and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. And again, with an open heart and holding this person, this benefactor, this guide, this mentor, and offering for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong, joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. And a third and final time, holding this benefactor inspiration in our mind and heart, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong, may be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. And opening our heart even further to now include a neutral person, someone we do not know well or just encounter and have no particular feelings towards. And we bring them to mind and hold them in our heart and wish for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong, may be joyful and happy, may be free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. And again, holding this neutral person in our mind and our heart and expanding our heart to include a neutral person, someone who is not necessarily known to you or you encounter but don't really know. And as we do for ourselves, wishing for them to be well and strong, to be happy and joyful, free from mental and physical harm, and to live life at ease. For a third and final time, holding this neutral person in our mind and our heart, opening to them and wishing for them as we do for ourselves, may be well and strong, may be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. Now expanding our heart even further and holding in our heart and mind a difficult person, someone who has challenged us and made it hard at some times to be with and to experience, and holding them in our heart and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong, joyful and happy, and may you be free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. And again, holding a difficult person, someone who has challenged us, problematic and difficult, challenging, and holding them as we do ourselves and our guides and loved ones, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong, may be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical suffering, and may you live life at ease. And again, for the third and final time, holding a difficult person in our heart and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong, may you be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. Now expanding our heart to include our families and community and neighborhood, and holding them as we do and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong, May you be joyful and happy. May you be free from physical and mental harm, and may you live life at ease. And again, with a wide open heart, holding our families and neighbors and community, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy. May you be free from mental and physical harm. And may you live life at ease. For a third and final time, expanding our heart as wide as possible, feeling the fresh air in our mind and our heart, and our ability to spread our love, and holding these everyone in our minds and heart, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. For a third and final time, opening our heart as wide as possible, holding our families, neighbors, and community in our heart, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy. May you be free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. And finally, opening our heart as wide as the world and as possible as we can, finding ease of mind and heart, and wishing and holding all beings everywhere without exception, especially those who are suffering and in need of comfort. May we hold them in our heart and wish for them as we do for ourselves. May everyone be well and strong, joyful and happy, free from mental and physical suffering. May all live at ease. For a second time, a heart wide as open as can be, and holding all beings everywhere without exception, especially those in need of healing and comfort, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May you be well and strong. May you be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, and may you live life at ease. the third and final time, hold your own heart, all beings everywhere, especially those who are suffering and in need of comfort, and wishing for them as we do for ourselves. May be well and strong, may be joyful and happy, free from mental and physical harm, may live life at ease. I'd like to conclude this practice with Lama Surya Dasa's New Millennium Prayer. May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, may they be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, safe, and free. May there be peace and harmony in this world, an end to war and violence, poverty and hunger, inequality and oppression, greed and cruelty, pandemics, famine, droughts, earthquakes, all kinds of natural disasters. And may all be free from fear, harm, danger, anxiety, and insecurity. And may we all together complete the spiritual journey, one beloved community, one circle, one family, all the way home. Thank you so much for practicing together. It's a joy, pleasure for me to offer the teachings and friendship with Lama Surya Das to the community and the Sangha. We are together. There is a little bit of time. I have one final thing I'd like to read, just the verses of sharing and aspiration to finally bring us together to the closing. Through the goodness that arises from my practice, may my spiritual teachers and guides of great virtue, my mother, my father, my relatives, the sun and the moon, and all virtuous leaders of the world, may the highest gods and evil forces, celestial beings, guardian spirits of the earth and the Lord of death, may all those who are friendly, indifferent, or hostile, may all beings receive the blessings of my life. May they soon attain the threefold bliss and realize the deathless. Through the goodness that arises from my practice and through this act of sharing, may all desires and attachments quickly cease and all harmful states of mind until I realize nirvana. In every kind of birth, may I have an upright mind with mindfulness and wisdom, austerity and vigor. May the forces of delusion not take hold nor weaken my resolve. The Buddha is my excellent refuge. Unsurpassed is the protection of the Dhamma. The solitary Buddha is my noble Lord. The Sangha is my supreme support. Through the supreme power of all these, may darkness and delusion be dispelled. And that deserves a gong. again, thank you for taking the time out of life to hang out a bit and share the Dharma together. As I said, it's a great joy to be with you and to honor Lama Suryadas in this way, offer these teachings and bring to mind all of the loving kindness in our hearts and the possibility of joy and peace. In a couple of minutes, if anybody has a question or just want to take this practice with you and enjoy the day and the unfolding of life as it is.
Hey, Eddie, you deserve a gong.
Yes, I deserve a gong. Yes, thank you. I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Something came to mind
Yes.
that I'm supposed to share here is you covered about I do nothing. I do nothing. Well, that's a hard one for me to be in. But something I'm playing this solitaire game that I haven't played for years, that card game.
Yep.
And what I realize is it's teaching me even more how to be more meticulous about the moment. Because while I'm holding the view of the big picture, my life in general, I have to follow all the cards of the game, all the images, and pause to look at possible moves. But the bigger deal is to be aware when my mind's judging good or bad, when I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really helpful for me to do nothing because it's going to unfold. The cards unfold, although I do respond. But anyway.
No, it's interesting you mention that because I play solitaire sometimes before I go to bed. And it's the aspect of mind doing nothing. That everything that you said is a process that's going on all the time. And the witness, it allows me to witness and be aware of all that just unfolding. It's a really interesting kind of thing. So a week ago, I was thinking about this doing nothing, and I gave myself permission to do nothing. And during the week, this is for a week, and people would ask me, how you doing? And I'd say, not so well. It was, the mind continues to do whatever it wants. And so it interrupts that doing nothing. But it's interesting that you raised that and something familiar to me.
Oh, it's so freeing because it's a reminder. I don't know how the game's going to play out of life at any moment. To let it be, and then to kind of giggle about, oh, look, that just showed up 4 of the same card. I don't think I'll play that game, without the judgment that typically would follow, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Well, enjoy it. Allowing your mind to be in the present moment. Okay, I think we've reached our limit. So thank you again. I really appreciate having the opportunity to be with you and to share the practice. And so have a lovely day and wishing for you, as I do for myself, may you be well and strong. Thank you.